Well, we got things set up, and that was pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do is just kind of do the quick introduction. I thought with a sea theme, we'd have the waterfront being the location of choice for the encounter.
Since your dude can't survive outside of water.
Well, he needs to be close to water. So what you're doing, since we're doing this as a sort of a very quick kind of one
And
encounter.
dropping in the middle of the adventure almost.
Yeah, one encounter gameplay situation here. What I thought we'd do is just kind of get you right in on it. And I'm thinking your character, which is, again...
His name's going to be Baller.
Baller,
Mm-hmm.
is going to be basically investigating the sabotage of several industries on the waterfront.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that they have in common is that they are seafood.
Yeah.
Seafood industry.
Yes, they are all suppliers to seafood restaurants.
Yes. So you have basically followed a truck, and because you don't have a vehicle, because you have limited resources,
And at stunts.
you are riding on the top of the truck. So basically what I want you to do
Ooh, better roll.
is do an ability check. Now, an ability check is basically your catch-all roll, and it is basically your ability plus a dice roll,
A D6.
a d6, and you need to get a target number for a regular ability check of 6. So
All right.
let's see what you get.
Yes!
Now, that's awesome.
Because I add my 3 ability
Yeah.
to that 6, that's a 9. And
Right.
6s are usually criticals if it's a...
Now, do you have physical?
Yes, I do.
So you get an extra +1. So you actually got a 10 total, which is
Well, if it's
quite incredible.
+3 for stunts,
All right?
+1 for them, yeah. So, yeah. So 13.
13, which is incroyable.
I'm awesome.
He just is. Well, that's why it's a superhero game
That's right.
and not a super zero game.
Yeah. Oh.
So the other thing we need to do at the beginning of the adventure is to make sure that all the players have their hero points. Now, you can do whatever you want for hero points. I've got some printed off that I use for Darkfest Dungeons. But you can also use, just little glass beads that you can get at any decorating location or the dollar store. So you get 1 hero point to start with. If you are lucky, then you'd get more.
I'm not.
He's not. There are certain ways you can earn hero points during an adventure too. One is by rolling a critical.
Mm-hmm.
So if he rolled a 6 against somebody who was rolling, say, a 1 on a challenge roll, then he could have the opportunity to get another hero point. The other way you can get that is by role playing.
Mm-hmm.
So as a GM, I might put him in a situation where it'd be so obvious that he'd get away, but because somebody's in trouble or because of something, if this dark secret is involved, he needs to do something. So if he does something heroic,
It plays out the way the character would be played out.
yeah, and sometimes that doesn't work out very well for the players. So it's kind of like a little carrot and stick.
Mm-hmm.
One of the rewards is for playing in genre and playing in character is to award a hero point to the people that do that. So it just kind of gives you a little extra oomph during a game.
Yeah. It's always nice to have at least 1 hero point. Bonus up and get another one.
Right. Okay. So you're riding on top of this truck.
Mm-hmm.
It's nighttime.
Okay.
And it's late night. There's nobody here. The dock is pretty abandoned. And it seems to be going down into an area where there doesn't seem to be anybody for the evening.
Okay.
So the truck drives up to a dead end.
Mm-hmm.
Down at the end here of the docks, there's a tugboat. You can see that there's lights on inside the tugboat, and maybe the sound of a radio playing.
Okay.
Lowly. There are other smaller boats here, but the only only place that you seem to have any action would be the tugboat.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So as it stops,
To make myself as safe as possible, you guys wouldn't see me. Is there a possibility I can jump up with my physical and my stunts and grab hold of that and pull myself up onto the light?
it is.
All right.
It's kind of one of the reasons for stunts and physicals. So normally you can only jump up like a third of your movement.
Okay.
But because you are using physical and stunts,
Yeah.
you could use your full movement
Yeah.
with jumping up.
Okay.
So here's what you're going to do. You're going to Roll to activate.
Yes, activation. That on D6, that tells you how many things you actually can do.
Right.
Or how well you can do them. Because if I roll poorly, it could just be bad. 6.
That's a really good roll again. So basically what you can do with a 6 is you can move up to 6 inches normally. You could move
3 inches and attack without any negatives.
Any negatives. If you have 1 point left, then you are attacking at -1.
Mm-hmm.
If you do nothing and just attack or do something, you get a +1.
Yep.
So with your jump here,
That's all I want to do is jump up there. So
you get another +1.
So that's +5
Yes.
to my ability roll, which would makes it to 8, and then I roll a D6.
Now, because to do that would be difficult, it'd be hard to do, almost impossible. You would need to get at least a 9 target number.
All right.
6 would be a normal thing to do. To make that harder, the next target number would be a 9. To do that, I would suggest a 9 would be reasonable.
Okay.
So you already have 8.
8.
So if you roll a 1,
Still a failure.
it's still a failure.
So let's hope. Another 6. Why am I not rolling that dice every Monday night?
Because it's not Monday. So you're
Hey!
up. Maybe we should change our game name.
I just did a critical.
Okay.
Would it not?
Well, if it's a challenge.
Yeah, I
roll.
know. I'm always trying to suck the extra points out.
What he did was he did something just really amazing.
Yes.
So I'm just going to put him up here.
Something hard, and it was,
Let's see if he's going to stay.
That's not going to work.
So
It'll be funny.
Here's what's going to happen.
You can stick him to the roof. I'll pretend he's on the light.
I'm going to let him, because he rolled a 6 for movement, so he could actually move to here.
Okay. And I'll
So-
put us, yeah.
I'm going to put him up under the rooftop there. Yeah, you could just have him hanging from the lamp.
Yeah, I want him actually above the lamp, so I'd be out of the the light and make
So-
it difficult to see me.
I'm just going to use a little bit of painter's tape, because these are print and play buildings, and they don't take so kindly to the duct tape and whatnot.
Yeah,
So I'm just going to
paper tapes.
painter's tape's pretty friendly.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put him up there.
They're never up there for very long.
Yeah. So you're up there for a game turn, basically.
Yeah.
And just as you jump up,
Mhm.
the doors open,
Mhm.
and out step 3 rather, they look basically like oceanographers. If you ever saw, that Wes Anderson movie with Bill Murray,
The Life Aquatic.
The Life Aquatic, and it helps at the back. And they seem to be pretty pleased with themselves, and they're kind of like high-fiving and we did it, and they're pretty happy. So they are heading out that way. So what are you going to do this game to? That's all they could do.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
I think I'm going to have to wait for them to make their move and get to the boat, or if I were to try again with my physicals,
Mm-hmm.
could I do some like Olympic style things?
Yeah, that's why you got stunts.
I think I would like to do that. I want to. Oh wait. I'm actually going to jump down
Onto that.
to that dock there.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to see if I can find the darkest area there.
Okay.
Because
You got a
cool
light
light.
here. You got a light here. You got a light here.
Yeah.
And there seems to be a light on board the boat.
Yeah. And if I headed for the boat, I'd be.
And there's
in the light.
another area behind here. I don't know if you can see that on the video, but there is an area behind the boat here.
It's kind of another dock.
There is like another little mini dock, and then behind that little mini dock is a little area that you could basically ground yourself onto.
That's where I'm going to go into the dark down there.
So just another ability check.
Yeah. So another D6.
A 9 is needed.
Roll the 5 plus the 8, so that takes me up to 13 again. So
So there's absolutely no problem.
Yeah.
And you land here. Now, because you're kind of floating around in the darkness,
Yeah.
and there's all kinds of that stuff, I'm going to give these oceanographers an opportunity to kind of spot you.
okay.
As you kind of slip through the light.
Yeah.
They're going to just have a chance.
All right.
I'm not going to roll for each one of them.
All right.
And they need basically a 9
Mhm.
because it's difficult. They're starting at a 2. It's impossible for them to roll a 9. They don't have anything that helps.
But if they roll a 6.
But if they roll a 6, they've done it.
Mhm.
So I'm going to roll, and they have that opportunity. And I rolled a 3. So they don't even notice.
Excellent.
They just keep talking and high-fiving and yipping and hooraying themselves. And you are hiding behind the dock here,
Yep.
waiting to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay? So because we're not in a combat situation yet for these guys, they're just taking 6.
Mhm.
Taking 6 basically allows you just to move and not have to worry. So they are just walking. They get onto the dock here, and they seem, as I said, pretty pleased with themselves and what they've been up to this evening. And they yell, "Hey, boss! We did it! Job's done!" And from the inside, you hear the radio turn off. But that's about it.
Okay. So I actually don't know what they've done.
Right.
Right. So I'm still waiting, because I mean I can act rashly, just attack these guys, but I don't know if they're actual oceanographers. Might just be hurting like Jacques Cousteau or something like that. So I gotta wait and see who their boss is and why they're so pleased with themselves.
All right. So as they're doing that, there's a voice, a distinctly Russian accent voice, which kind of yells out in a kind of a gurgly, bubbly voice, which is going to be difficult to mimic, but I'm going to give it a shot. What do you have for me, comrades?
Yeah, that's a drowning Russian.
That's a drowning Russian. Yeah. So there is this weird kind of like electronic-y, gurgling voice with a Russian accent, asking what have you brought for me? Yeah. And they kind of look at each other, and they seem to be at a loss, and they don't know what to say. And then you hear as this long pause happens, and you're still waiting in the shadows. You said you would bring me something, idiots! Okay. Get in here! I will throttle you all! And they all kind of seem to hesitate on the dock here, not wanting to be throttled, of course. Okay.
All right. I'm just too curious. I just desperately want to know what's going on here. All right, I'm a superhero. I had to step in here. I'm gonna take 6, hop up onto this little dock, and just casually walk over, stand in the light.
Yeah, right under the pool of light there, yeah. You appear in all your shiny headedness.
Yeah, and I just boom, the lights reflecting off the silver suit and the head.
Yeah. Now, just to be on the fair side, they are a little worried about what their boss is going to do because they haven't brought him his thing, which they don't know.
Yeah.
It could have been a filet of fish sandwich from McDonald's. It could have been
a shoelace,
which
we no idea why you need, but
well, he had a lot of boots. We got 8 legs. Okay. So they roll a 5.
Yeah.
So 5 plus a 2 is a 7. It would just be a 6 to spot you. Yeah. So as they are puzzled, they are kind of glancing around, maybe what are we supposed to bring? They look back, and all 3 of them glance over, and they spot you standing there in your glory.
Yeah.
And they're gobsmacked. They don't know what to say. They're just sort of standing there, and then there's another voice that interrupts the quiet from the tugboat, which is, "Did you hear me? But all right, I've come out there." This is the grumpy old man yelling. So
grumpy Russian old man, yeah.
Grumpy Russian old man. So you are standing there. They're standing there. What we do now is roll initiative.
All right.
So because they are oceanographers, they're not the most highly skilled combat people. So they roll their ability plus a d6. There are some powers and abilities and talents that add to that. I don't think you have any.
No.
However, you do have acrobatics.
Yes, I do.
So what you could do is you could do an acrobatics roll, and that would increase your initiative.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
It's a learning curve.
Cool.
So why don't you do an ability? Ability plus acrobatics.
No, I did not make my roll.
Okay, so if you rolled a 6 or higher, he could have got at least a +1 bonus on his initiative. So it's always good to keep that in mind when you have acrobatics.
Can I add +1 to this because I have physical?
Yes.
Then I got 6.
Yes, you did. So you're going to get a +1. So if you rolled a 6 or a 7, you would get a +1 on your initiative.
All right.
So initiative roll. Now, because I'm going to try and keep this fast, you could do every villain having an initiative.
It's easier.
What I like to do is do the group of villains having an initiative, and then each individual player have their initiative. It just speeds the game up a little faster. So adding this to 2, 3,
I get 8 altogether.
All right, and I got a 5 here. So the oceanographer's have 3 plus 1 plus 2 is 5.
Yep.
So it looks like you're going to go first.
Yep.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to activate.
All right, which is rolling a d6.
Yeah.
And you find out how many actions you have. 3.
Yeah. Not bad.
Mid-range. I could run 3 inches or attack normally.
You can whip one of those metal balls at this guy.
I think I'm going to. I'm going to go.
There's a kind of a funky-looking guy standing up here with looks like a wrench. I'll show you what he looks like on the screen here. There you go. And he looks like he means business.
Yeah.
So there, he's looking kind of mean, and you grab one of the metal balls and just
miscreant.
haul off. And
Get ready for this.
Whipping it.
All right.
Using my handy tape measure.
Yeah.
You're at a range of 6.
Which is short, which gives me
a +1 bonus.
+1.
So, ability plus range.
Okay.
+1.
All right.
So what do you got?
4.
Starting with 4. Any other bonuses to your range attack?
Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use stunts. Is I'm gonna roll and whip the ball so it's actually heading right for his feet. I'm gonna knock him, like bowl him over literally, like take his ankles out.
So you're aiming to knock him over, not to damage him, basically. Yep. Okay. So you're going to basically whip that at him, and you still get the bonus to attack. Now, but for stunts, is there anything that you need to do?
I have to make an ability check.
Right. Now you can add physical to that.
Yeah. So I have to add physical to that so make it. So my 3 plus 2 plus 1 for my physical.
So
6.
Just makes it.
So I still get to add the 3.
Yeah.
So the attack comes out 4 plus 3 is 7.
Okay.
And then I roll a d6 to add to that.
Right.
So 7 plus 4 gets me up to 11.
Okay. His ability check is 2 plus 2 is 4. So
difference of 9.
That wouldn't take him down fast if he was actually being attacked.
Yeah, but I'm not looking to damage this guy right off.
All right.
I'm a hero, right?
Yeah. So you do 9.
I want him down.
Which 9 effect. So basically what that means is that he's going to flip, and he's going to end up splashing in the water.
Okay.
Which means that he loses his big mighty wrench into the ocean.
He could hold on to it,
or he would go straight down.
He could.
He falls down into the water behind the tug here.
Yeah.
And just kind of splashes around in the water for a little bit.
And I say, and then there were 2.
All right.
All right, not very dramatic.
Who, now that you're attacked,
I'm done.
Who then you realize that those 2 have submachine guns.
Oh, nice. I see the guy with a wrench.
Here you go.
The other guys have machine guns.
So they raise their submachine guns in shock, in horror, and they say, "Take this, freak!" And inside, a voice says, "Who are you talking to out there?"
I thought you didn't bring anybody.
Are you bringing guests? Who's swimming?
I didn't make a cake. Come on.
We have nothing for guests. There are 2 guys with submachine guns there. Now, they're auto-fire attacks.
Yes.
And which are kind of interesting because what happens is if they choose to fire a burst, they are at -1. But depending on what I roll, more than one hit can hit you. So they are going 2 bursts.
Okay.
They have no modifiers, so they're at 1. It's pathetic. They're at short range, however. Okay. So the first guy got a 3.
Well, that's actually my ability.
So there's really no point, but unless you,
And he can't counterattack.
No, you
arranged, but I could roll a 1, and still wouldn't.
And still miss you. It still missed you.
It still misses me.
Yeah, that was a horrible roll. So the guy in the back, he's probably better.
I hope not.
He got a 4, 5 total.
So 4, 5, 6.
Okay. So there's this
poor
dock
building.
and the light, the window behind you. Everything is just all, being shot up by random machine gun fire. And from inside the dock, you hear this voice.
They've killed Hemingway. No, I don't know where that came from.
He could have a pet tuna named Hemingway.
Okay.
Meanwhile, that is their action.
Yeah.
Nothing coming from the inside yet.
All right.
Because there's still some assessment of the situation. And you get an activation roll.
All right. And I'm 3 again. Well, once again, it seemed to work the first time, and I'm going to do the exact same move. So I'm going to use my acrobatics to kind of roll forward and pitch the ball right low against the ground. Take this guy out at the ankles.
This guy here? First guy? Okay.
So my acrobatics made it, but no bonus because it's just 6 altogether.
Okay.
Right?
With a 6, it's still a success, so you do get a +1. On the 6 and a 7, you get a +1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So I get the +1 for that.
Mm-hmm.
3 for the stunts.
Yeah.
3 more for my ability, so that takes me to 7 for my initial roll.
Okay.
Plus
a D6.
A D6. Which is a 6.
On.
Oh!
I rolled a 6. Now, 6 is a success, but I think. Let's compare. See what happens here. So, what is the effect of yours? So, what's your total?
11.
Okay, so 6, 7, 8 is his total.
So the difference is 3.
Yeah. So that's enough to have an effect. So in order for him to stand, he's going to have to make an ability check at -3.
Okay.
I rolled a 6 and you rolled a 6.
Something happens.
Now that's called boxcars. And when you roll boxcars,
yes, that's right.
Yeah, when you roll boxcars, it's good. It's a good effect for you.
Yes.
Now in the Darkfast Dungeons, we have cards we draw. But in this game, we have a chart. So I'm going to let you, since it's your positive effect, roll on a chart. Now, there are some effects that can happen that can be neutral and affect everybody. But if there's something negative, then it affects...
that guy, not me.
This first guy. So
2d6?
2d6 and add them up.
Add them together. 7 altogether.
Dangerous terrain.
Aha!
So now it's on his side, though.
Yep.
And it makes a lot of sense here because... You've been shooting this up and you've been throwing these balls around. So it's basically creating a splintered wood, nails, all that stuff. That's basically ripping this apart. And normally what we do is we put some sort of marker down to indicate that within 3-inch radius of the marker,
it's hard to get around.
It's
actually dangerous to get around.
Yeah. So what I generally do is I put a little card down, but because we're not using cards in this, I generally put a little marker. So because it's right about there, that in this area here, with the sparkly thing, it's going to be basically 3 inches, 3 inches. This piece of dock here is really dangerous to step on.
And they have to actually leave that.
That's right. If
they fail their roll,
if
they get injured.
If they don't do it, they get injured and get wounded. So probably something they want to. An area they want to get away from next turn. Now, because this guy was hit with 3 effect, he needs to get a 9 basically for his ability check. So if he rolls a 6, he's okay.
Yeah.
He rolled a 6, so
he's okay.
He's okay. So what you've done is just ripped apart that dock.
Yeah.
And just splinters the wood, and they're just reacting, and you hear this voice in here saying, "I'm going to come out, sir." All right, and so there you go. So that was horrible for them. So now it's their activation, and they get a 2, which isn't a whole lot, which means they're probably surprised and shocked, but it's enough for them to get a heck away from dodge. This guy's actually going to run.
But he has to make an ability check, does he not?
Not in this case, because he's there at the end of the game turn, or the end of the panels, end of the page.
Okay.
Then it's going to take effect.
All right.
But he's going to get out of there first. If he stayed there and kept shooting, then you'd have the problem.
All right.
So he runs right to the back of the dock and he raises his little Uzi or submachine gun there, but it's too late for him to do anything. This guy here is going to take 1 step. Well, he has to take, because that's exactly where he is. He has to get 3 inches away from that thing. So since he rolled a 2, he's actually gonna have to run 2.
He can force himself to run 4.
Yeah, but he's gonna run up there. So that's all they can do.
Yeah.
Now, if they wanted to run again next turn, they'd have to make an ability check to see if they could do it. But I don't think they're gonna. Now that they kind of are out of harm's way, and just for fun, I'm gonna put a little damaged marker on
the dock's area itself, so you know it's there.
So that they know that's damaged goods there.
And if we're playing with any more characters, anyone that would enter that field would have to make ability check to not take damage from being in that particular damaged Man, we said damage a lot.
We did.
Yeah.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So, well, I'll see if I can find it, but I don't think I do. In the meantime, let's just keep the action going.
Yep.
So it's their turn. They moved.
Yep.
From here.
Yes.
You hear this. That's it. And you hear the sound of a chair scraping, and then there are multiple footsteps heading to the back door of the tugboat.
How many people you got in there?
And the light at the window of the door is blocked out by a large form, and it says, "I'm coming out now. You've made your own beds. Now you must sleep in them." So now it is your action again.
All right. So I activate.
But before I do that, this guy, he's out of the game. Basically, he's swum around the back here. He's going to try and get away as far away as possible. He's doesn't have the will to fight with it. He doesn't have his giant wrench.
Without the wrench, he's nothing.
So your activation.
2. Pretty basic. I could run 2, or I could. This guy's even closer now. Nice close range. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take him out.
Okay.
Actually, this time,
Just a regular attack?
I'm going to attack him. I want to like break his leg.
Well, that's kind of violent.
Well,
but if you
he's got to stop moving.
We've watched Daredevil.
Yeah.
So, your ability.
No, I have to make.
Oh, I see. That's right. You're going to do something fancy.
Acrobatics roll.
Yeah. A 1.
Ooh, failed my acrobatics roll.
Okay. So
Can't come back from that one.
He does some sick moves, but that's about it.
Yeah, and I look like I'm breakdancing just for a few seconds. All right, so it's ability plus my stunts, and oh no, that would be a no damage attack then, wouldn't it? If I use my stunts.
If you use your stunts, you're using a regular attack.
I'm just going to use a regular attack.
So it's just your ability.
So it's 3 plus a d6.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all he's got.
3 plus 4 is 7.
I got a 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. So he just deftly steps aside.
Yeah.
And it hits the something on the ground and it shatters. And he looks up at you and he's like,
that's twice.
"Nothing to see here, comrade."
Oh, I'm in trouble.
And he now it's his turn. So now their activation. They got a 2. This 2 activation is getting around. So this guy in the back here doesn't want to go through this wrecked area here. Yeah. So he is going to hop on the tug. And that's about all he can do. This guy opens up with his submachine gun. He's had a hard time hitting you. So he's not going to go full auto. He's just going to squeeze one shot off.
Okay.
So 2 plus 2 is 4. And you're
3 plus 5 is 8.
8.
Oops. I wrecked the dock with that. I'm just
okay. Well, he's throwing those balls around. So he just misses you, and he's not. He's caught making a lot of noise, and he's really annoying his boss. But that's about it. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's now
the boss.
The boss. Bruce Springsteen. No. The door bursts open, and with his hands, all of them on his hips.
Well, if he had all his hands on his hips.
Well, he couldn't walk then.
No, he couldn't.
But say some of his hands. Comrade Cephalopod steps out and hands on his hips. Demands to know what all of this fuss is about. What is all this fuss about? And he sees you and sees the person shooting at him, sees the damage on the dock.
Yeah.
And all the gunfire, all the bullet holes, and is outraged. He cannot take this anymore. Okay, so now we have your turn.
All right. Activate. 6.
That's what you wanted to do.
All right. Well, comrade Cephalopod, we don't need your kind in our country. I'm sending you back where you came from.
I was born in Brooklyn. In a pet shop.
It was a bad pet shop because you're a bad pet.
Those are the calamari days. So, you're getting him angry.
Yep.
He is the mastermind behind the greatest damage to the seafood industry that has been done in the 21st century. So now, as the hero of the town, it's your turn to do something about it. So your activation
was a 6.
Was a 6.
I want to use. Let's see if I can get this done. Running, my stunts. I want to be able to run, swing, and possibly kick him.
That could be a doable thing.
Mm-hmm. I know it's probably difficult, but I want to try my acrobatics roll.
Okay. You're looking at something that's basically a 9.
Right. Failed my acrobatics roll. That's not going to help.
Okay.
But
it just can't add that.
No. So I've got my stunts and my.
You just run and you give yourself
7, and
a swing.
I will 9. I made it.
Just made it. So you're coming down, you land right in front of him.
Yep.
And he's way impressed.
Yep.
But that's not enough to stop him from wanting to destroy you.
But I'm shiny.
He will take the shine off of your shine. So now it's the bad guy's turn.
Yeah.
If anybody was over here, they'd be messing around with that.
Mm-hmm.
What Comrade Cephalopod is going to do is he has a couple of options here. So he's got his hand-to-hand attack. He could swim away if he wanted. But I think he's going to try and he's going to do something. He's going to take you down because you have pushed the guy's wrench into the water. He's swimming away crying.
Ivan's wrench is gone forever.
Ivan's going for the boat. He's gonna take that boat and he's gonna sail to the nearest.
Back to Kazakhstan.
Yeah, he's just gonna go back home and he's going to get another wrench because they only make the good wrenches there.
The Kazakhstani wrenches.
So he is going to do that.
Yeah.
This guy here, along the side of the boat, I had to activate for them.
No, you have not. Excellent.
So that's
you could not have activated better.
Which means that this guy just basically turns in shock. He could fire at a -1, but he doesn't want to, catch his boss in a crossfire. This guy's kind of inching his way along the side of the boat, 1 inch. He doesn't want to fall in. And meanwhile,
he's actually really terrified of the water, isn't he?
Comrade Cephalopod has decided that he is going to give you the smackdown.
Uh-oh.
He's going to use his hand-to-hand attack. And he's going to, he's going to get you. So his abilities, let me see, his ability is 3. He has no bonus to attack other than accurate, which if he misses, he gets to roll again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So he rolled a 1, so he's attacking at -1.
Yeah.
So you kind of took him by surprise.
Yep.
But he's going to try and take you down.
Okie doke.
So I've got myself a 3. +2, so he's at -1, so that was technically a level 4.
Okay.
Now, you have counterattack.
Yes, I do. I have my ability is 3.
Yeah.
Can I add physical to this? No.
You could do acrobatics to attempt to,
yeah.
Bounce away or do a flip.
Yeah. No, you know what? I'm gonna do the roll because I've got an ability of 3, right? So I should be able to beat the 4.
Oh, enough it shows up on the ground.
On the table. 3, 4, 5.
There you go.
I made it by 1. I rolled higher.
Yes.
Altogether than his attack.
Now, if it was a tie, what did you roll?
A 2.
No, he rolled a 2 to attack.
Oh, something happens.
Something happens. A wild card effect. So you can go get it. It's okay.
All right.
So he rolled a wild card effect as well. So that's and a difference of 1. If you rolled the same number, nothing would have happened. But because you got 1 up, you've counterattack. That means you got a free attack on.
Yep.
So you hit with a 1.
I hit with a 1.
Now, do you have any damage bonus? Hand-to-hand damage bonus.
Mighty. I have mighty, so I do 1 point.
Another point?
Yep.
Any other?
Nope.
I think that's it.
That is. Oh, martial arts.
Yeah. So 3 points.
3 points.
You do
Excellent.
3 points of damage to him, which means that, like I said before, he has 1 level of toughness. So you actually do 2 points of damage.
Okay.
He has 6, so he's down to 4.
Excellent.
So you
damage has been inflicted.
he moves into attack, and you counterattack, and you slap onto the slimy, squirming skin of this multi-tentacled monster. And he goes, which is pain is a universal language.
That's right.
And because of the unsure nature of this marine biologist up here, he decides he's not going to fire this game turn. So he just basically that's all he can do.
Yeah.
He just steps forward maybe to kind of get a better shot at you next turn. So that's it. He tried to attack you. You counterattacked and gave a slap. But there is a wild card effect in
That's
play.
right.
So you're going to roll for me 2d6.
Oh my God! Rolled 2 6s. 12.
All right. Invisible. Now, because this was a number between 2 and 5, the effect is random. It can affect any of the two sides. So we're going to roll off.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever gets the highest number. I got a 3.
I got 1.
Okay, so invisible. Well, not really invisible.
I just forgot about
The figure is somehow ignored by all hostile figures for 1 to 6 panels.
Yeah.
So basically, you slap this octopus,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't have much of an effect on him, but you smack him back into the darkness a bit.
Yeah.
And the more pressing enemy would probably be the figure behind you.
Okay, so I just turn basically ignore.
He tries to hit you. You slap back. You turn and look at the guy with the gun.
Yep.
He doesn't fire, but he's getting closer to raising his gun, and this is going to affect for 6 game turns. Now, 6 panels. If the comrade here, the good comrade, decides that he's going to attack you,
he becomes visible again.
Yeah, he becomes visible.
But if he doesn't do anything to me,
right,
aggressive, I don't know. I've basically discounted the fact that he's of any threat at all.
That's right.
So
okay,
it sucks.
It happens.
I know.
Okay, so now
it's
your turn.
My turn. Oh, that's right. It's the free. So I go 6.
All right.
Excellent.
So it looks like you're going to get probably the smack down on the guy behind you there.
I will.
All right. So turn you around. Turning around doesn't cost any action points or anything like that. Just it's a effect.
All right. I am going to throw the metal sphere, but I'm going to throw for damage this time.
Okay.
All right. So that's 3.
Now he's going to dodge because he knows what these things can do.
Yeah.
So he gets a bonus of +2.
All right. I start off 3, 4, plus a d6.
So he starts off with a 4 as well.
So I have another 3, so that's 7 altogether.
I got a 1.
Awesome.
So I got a 5. You got a 7. You hit with
2.
And you put damage bonus, he asked knowingly.
Yes. 1.
Yep.
For my physical. No, not martial arts, though. No.
Don't forget you're at +1 because of range.
I'm almighty. Oh, that's right.
Right. So you added another 1 there.
So that's 3 points because it's mighty.
Yep.
Close range.
Yep.
And the 1 point more than him.
Yep.
So 3 points of damage he takes.
You haven't hit one of these guys yet for damage, have you?
No, I haven't tried to. Not until this guy.
Okay. They have a level of toughness.
Okay.
So it means he took 2 points. So I'm just going to keep track of that. So he's down to 4 points.
Okay.
Okay. Ouch. Now, if he'd have taken 1 more, he'd have to roll to see if you knock him out.
Yeah.
Because that's half of his existing health points. But because it's not, it just sort of bounces off his shoulder and he goes, "Hey!"
Uh-oh.
And that's going to leave a mark. Now it's their turn.
Yep. 1.
2. A 2. Now, because Comrade Cephalopod is invisible to you, or at least you're not seen as a threat, he decides that he's going to attack you with his multiple tentacles. And because he's going to do that as a surprise attack. Because you don't know he's there.
No.
Now, it's going to give up his bonuses there with his ability, but he doesn't seem to care.
Yeah.
So so when you're surprise attacked, you can't use your ability in your defense.
Now, can I make an awareness roll?
That's a very good question. I I would suggest that you could make an awareness roll because he is attacking you, because he is breaking out of his invisibility.
All right.
So if you manage to get a 6, what do you have there?
3 ability.
Yeah.
And with a 1 awareness.
Yep. Plus 1.
So 4 plus a d6. 5. I do not notice him.
All right.
He is still invisible to me.
So no ability added.
So all I can roll is a d6.
Right, and he's attacking with his massive hand-to-hand attack. This could be the end for our hero.
Bye-bye.
6 plus he has...
6, that's his health.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You look at the sheet the other way around. You're messing with me.
I could have won.
You could have won right away.
So 3, and he doesn't have any bonuses to his hand-to-hand attack, but he is accurate, so he could roll again if I roll a 1.
All right.
So he's going to attack you. I rolled a 2, but I'm going to roll again.
Yes.
But I have to keep this next roll. So if I roll
no matter
a 1,
what it is.
A 3.
All right.
A little better. So my total is 6.
So if I roll a 6, I could avoid this. 1. No.
Okay. So what is your total? 1.
1.
Because you can't add your ability because you're surprised.
So that's 5.
Yeah. So his total is 6. So 5 difference.
Yeah.
Plus 6 damage.
What?
So that is a total of 11 points.
11. This might be the end.
Right.
But I am invulnerable.
I know. Now, invulnerability is 6. You can defend yourself against 6. Ignore 6 points per rank.
Per rank.
Now you have a rank of 1.
So I can get rid of 1.
So you can get rid of you can get rid of 6 points.
If I make this ability check. If not, it's quite easy.
Now that's what we have hero points for. So what did you get? What was your ability before that?
5 altogether.
Now he needs a 6. So if he spends this, he adds 3 points to that, and he gets 8. So he actually makes his ability check, which means that he can ignore 6 points.
Yep.
And 5 points are above and beyond from 11.
Yep.
So 5 points get through.
That's the brutal part. I'm down to 1.
Yes.
And I have to make an ability check.
Right.
To see if I'm still standing.
If you're
So 3 plus 4 is 7.
He's okay.
I'm still up and about.
Okay. So I did a phenomenal amount of damage.
Yes.
There. So if we did the calculation for knockback, I wanted to show you how knockback is done. So
and that knockback could finish the game.
So we did 11 points. So he basically came up and slammed his tentacles at you.
Yep.
So he's sending you off in this direction.
It's like instead of a double axe handle, it's like a quadruple axe handle he did in the back.
So we have basically how many points there? 11.
Yep.
So
minus 3 because my
So you
ability is 3.
You take the damage and then you subtract the ability.
So that'll take down to 8.
And now, if you were looking at a like a gunshot or a piercing attack, it would be quartered. But because you're looking at a bashing attack, it's halved.
Okay.
So 4
inches I go.
Inches is the knockback. So
I go right into the dock.
Yeah, you basically slam into the dock here.
Yep.
And the damage you take. So he was kind of throwing you up anyway, so he knocks you back up onto the dock.
All right.
The damage you take would be 4 of your movement plus a d6.
Brutal.
And you're rolling your ability plus a d6 against that.
Yep.
Okay, now, you do have acrobatics?
Yep.
So why don't you do an acrobatics roll?
Yes.
Okay.
7, so it's plus 1.
All right. So
8. Sorry, 8. So that's physical.
So what happens is, like in all true comics, the hero is hit. He does a backflip and lands on his feet on the dock without taking any damage. Yeah. So that's one of the benefits of acrobatics and even physical, is that you can kind of reduce the knockback damage and avoid that. So you kind of swing up along the dock and end up back up here.
Yep.
Ready to face this guy.
Yep.
4 inches away from your attacker.
Excellent.
But you are wounded.
Yes, I am.
You've got 1 point of health left. Which means that things are looking pretty grim.
Yep.
Now, that was his turn. What did I roll for activation? Missed it. Did this guy attack? 2, right?
2.
Did this guy attack here?
That was... They moved, and then he attacked, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Well, they are impressed with this attack, with this movement anyway. This guy's just going to scooch along a little further along the dock. I'll push this back. And the captain, comrade cephalopod says, "Now, landlubber, we'll show you how it's done in the ocean." Which really means nothing,
No.
but he's looking for a catchphrase.
Yeah.
So send your catchphrases to... Anyway.
Comrade cephalopod.
All right. So, yeah, he basically turns with his gun, and he says, put your hands up. Surrender.
No.
So, like all true vigilante heroes, you get to activate.
Here it comes. Here comes the final move. 1! All right. So I'm going to do... Everything I'm doing is at -1.
Mm-hmm.
First, I'm going to do acrobatics. Let's see if... No.
Absolutely no.
Absolutely no bonus to the acrobatics. I am doing Fists of Fury,
Okay.
which is an issue power, which I can do once per issue.
Right.
Can I overload my Fists of Fury?
Yes, but you can only do that once per issue. Again.
Yes.
So
what I'm doing is I want to double the damage that I do.
okay. So now you roll a 1.
Yeah.
So you're not really in hand-to-hand range of anybody here.
No, but I'm throwing.
Now, Fist of Fury doesn't work versus a ranged attack.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You'd have to have guns ablazing.
Guns ablazing. That's right.
But you can overload these weapons.
All right. So I'm going to overload
Yeah.
the sphere, and I'm going to try and take... actually, I'm going to take out Comrade Cephalopod if I can.
Yes. So
Take him down.
sounds like a plan.
All right. So I start with 3, 4, -1, 3.
Yeah. And you're at short range.
Short range takes up... So that's 4.
Okay. Now he's at 3. He's also elusive.
Yeah.
So he, when you're really going to attack him now, he has a elusive. So yeah, that's one who's a defensive roll.
Yeah.
So 3, 4.
So plus 3 is 7. Ooh.
I rolled a 4.
That's the wrong way around.
So I got 3, 4, 8. So you don't have your hero point left.
Nope.
So you can't push that and
Nope.
just get him. So you throw the ball.
Yeah.
He
Splash.
He does a little jig. It goes over his shoulder, splashes in the ocean. He kind of looks at it and says, "Because now you overloaded,
Yep.
you're gonna have to make a ability check to get those the gear back."
Yep.
He says, "That seems to be the worst that you can do."
Yep. I'm in trouble.
And by worst, I mean worst. So now it's their activation. And they get
Oh,
6.
yeah. When I'm at my lowest.
And they decide that this guy hops up on... Or he runs up here, and he hops up there, and they both open fire at you. This guy gets a +1 because he's taking his 6, right?
Yeah.
This guy's going to be a regular. But they're both at short range.
Yeah.
So they just open up, and the comrade is simply watching and rubbing his hands together, saying, "This is delicious. I want to remember this moment."
This goes from save the day to end the day.
Well, we shall see. So he's got a 3, and he's attacking at a burst. So he's down to 2. So
Close range,
I've
+1.
already
Okay.
So I've already rounded those up.
Yeah.
So he's got a 2. So here we go. Oh yeah, you're right. So he's at a 3, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's at a 3. 3, 5, 8.
Ooh, 5, 8.
Something happens. So
Uh-oh.
you rolled a wild card here.
Yep.
So he got an 8, you got an 8.
Yep.
So it bounces off of you, but the
Yep.
wild card effect,
10.
which means talentless. Now, because it was a roll between, it was roll between 2 and 5.
Yep.
It's a random thing. So
Okay.
let's roll to see who loses a talent.
6.
A 1.
Yay!
So he loses his bonus that he had there.
Okay.
He had the toughness, right?
Yep.
So he loses his toughness.
All right.
This guy here, he's firing at a 1.
Yep.
A 1.
Oh, this is where I want to roll a 6. Oh, I rolled a 1.
Now, that's bad news for him.
Yeah.
Because that's snake eyes.
Yeah.
So you're going to roll 2d6, and this is where the negative effect.
7.
Again, dangerous terrain. So as he is firing here and climbed up on here, the weak area here basically causes this entire section to cave in, and he gets sucked in. Into this dangerous terrain. So let's put that like that, and he just falls into the water, and we're just gonna
go find your friend.
I'm just gonna use a GM fiat to say
bye-bye.
He has crashed into the water because that was a horrible roll he just made. So splash into the water, and that's no fun for him. But you still have that guy left.
Yep.
And the comrade himself decides, well, this isn't going to do. I don't believe he has a ranged attack.
Thank goodness.
So he slithers into action.
He starts spitting at me.
And he decides to... he decides he's going to get up there. So he's got a 6, right?
Yeah.
It's going to take him... He's got to climb.
And octopus are notorious for climbing.
What would do?
Octopi.
So he climbs up, and he's going to have 1 point left.
Yeah.
Because moving up there is going to cost 2.
Yeah.
So he's got 1 point left. So he's attacking at -1. He's using his super strength. Not super strength, but his hand-to-hand attack, I should say. Hand-to-hand attack, ability of 2 in total with that, and no bonuses, but he has accurate in case he misses you. So a 1.
A 1!
These guys cannot help themselves. So roll another wild card. Roll 2d6.
8.
Well, it's not a 7 again.
No.
But fog of war. Smoke, dust, make it hard to see. All ranges for spotting and ranged attacks are halved. So basically, from out of here, he's there's some pipe is broke or something has happened, and the fog of war has basically
rolled in.
Yeah, rolled in for this area here. And I'm going to use a little bit of cotton ball there to reflect that. So in this area, basically 3 inches from where he is, so you're covered as well.
Yeah.
This steam or fog or whatever, smoke, debris, fills the air and makes it harder to do ranged attacks to that area. All right. So that was them. That guy's in the water. This guy gets to this boat, sits down, and he laments the loss of his wrench. However, there's something that the comrade has here, which is called Force of Nature. It can be used once per issue, and it can summon allies equal to his ability. So he has this kind of crew here that's been doing jobs for him. But so he decides that he's going to call in the backup. So this guy gets on the radio and decides to contact 3 more comrades who are going to show up.
What? More oceanographers?
More oceanographers that are just as angry. And they're going to take a game turn to arrive.
Oh, man.
All right. So they're on their way.
Okay.
So you're not going to get out of here yet.
Nope.
So that was them. Now it's your activation.
3. I am going to do a full bore. I'm just going to punch this dude.
Okay.
The
squirming mass that is the comrade cephalopod.
I'm going to bust him open wide. So. Actually, I'm going to do I'm going to jump and big crescent kick.
Okay, so you're acrobatics first.
Yes!
All right, so what did you get?
9.
All right, so what is that difference from 6? 3.
Yep.
You get a +3 on your attack.
Sweet! So that's 3.
He doesn't see that coming.
Nope. +3 is 6 to start with. And 1.
Okay, now, normally a miss, but you can still do damage.
Yep.
So let me see.
7 altogether.
He has a 3,
he rolls a 6.
4.
Oh, critical fumble.
Critical fumble. A critical fumble is
when I roll a 1 and he rolls a 6. It's the opposite when the critical damage when it's good for you. This is the worst it can get.
That's right. So normally with a critical fumble, you would lose an ability.
Okay.
So for the remainder of this issue,
Okay.
you're down 1 ability.
All right.
All right. Now it's really up to the GM what makes sense. Like you could lose the use of your acrobatics, but I'm gonna just kind of go right for the gusto and say that your ability is down 1 for this
Down to 2.
rest of this issue. Now, if you had a hero point, you could negate the effect of a critical fumble, but that is such the nature of that.
Yeah.
Now, in the advanced booklet, there may be a table for critical fumbles.
Cool.
To kind of add to the complexity of the game, but for the basic game, it's pretty straightforward.
You just messed it up big.
Yeah. So you spin and you do this fancy move in this fog, and out of that,
I twist my ankle.
a little bit, you pull something.
Yeah.
There's a pop that shouldn't have happened.
I'm gonna have to see my chiropractor after this.
That's right. Well, let's see if there will be an after this.
If there is any chiropractor for me.
A 1. They are so overwhelmed by your acrobatic moves that they have not had a great opportunity to activate.
Laugh so hard.
So they've never laughed so hard. So he is going to do his hand-to-hand attack on you. And he was a 1, so he's at -1. So we're even again. So 3, 2 plus 5.
That's 8.
I got a 7. Now 8, you got a counter
I have
attack.
counter attack.
So you get with 1.
1. And
Mighty.
So that's 2.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I can do.
I've got toughness, which knocks down to 3. Sorry, knocks down to 1.
Yep.
So he's had 4 left. Now he's down to 3. So he kind of moves in, and you kind of wince in pain with your attack, and he attacks.
I find a vulnerable spot in his attack.
Give him a slap.
Yeah.
This guy can't really see you through the fog. Well, he can see you, but he's got this, Captain Highlander in his way here. So he decides he's going to use his 1 to run past here to get you.
It'd be funny if he ran off the edge of the dock in the fog of war.
Well, he sees it out and he stops and he goes, "Whoa!" And he didn't see that coming. Meanwhile, this guy who has contacted his buddies, now they arrive at a random location. So I generally start by the farthest way. 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll start over here with a 1. 1. So over here, from the tug itself, there are 3
below decks.
3 more dudes from below decks here that were probably in the lower berth sleeping. They hop out onto the deck, ready to go, and they see their boss fighting, and you see that they're now suddenly the numbers have increased, and
I'm surrounded.
That is it.
Oh my!
Now is your activation. Now you can save the day.
2.
Now, if you moved away,
Yep.
they would get a free attack on you, unless they knock you back.
Mm-hmm.
But you probably want to stand your ground.
I think I'm going to have to. I am going to attack. The guy behind me.
Okay.
I'm going to spin around, and I'm going to try and literally kick him off the edge of the dock.
What, you going to do your acrobatics?
Acrobatics. No, I don't have to do any, but it's a spin.
You do a spin kick?
Yep.
So your ability is a -1.
All right. So it's 2 plus a d6. 3 plus d6. Oh.
He got a 5, 6, 7. And you got
4.
Now,
difference of 3.
Luckily, he doesn't have counterattack.
Ooh.
He's a marine biologist.
Yeah.
He's an oceanographer.
Fish don't fight back.
Some of them do.
Some of them do. And they're fish things.
So yeah, he basically ducks out of the way.
Yeah.
And
I'm facing the wrong way.
Yeah. So now they activated a 1. So they're still a little disoriented, these guys in the so they just kind of step on the deck and they just kind of take advantage of the situation to make sure their guns are loaded, and they look up and they try and figure out what's going on and squint through the fog there. The comrade himself is still going to attack you.
Yeah.
So he swings with a 2 plus 3.
3 plus 6, 9.
Okay. Now he has accurate.
Yep.
So I'm going to try and roll that again. So I got to have 2.
Mm-hmm.
A worse.
Hey, look! You turned it into a critical fumble.
He turned it into a critical fumble for himself. So he's
accurately.
You gotta take your chances, right?
Yep.
So he swings and misses, and he also loses an ability.
Yep.
So he's down to a 2 ability this issue.
Excellent.
So you're evening the score there. So you kind of grab his tentacle and squeeze it. And
mighty pinch.
Give him a mighty pinch.
Ah.
Yeah, and he's not happy about that. This guy is going to hit you with his gun.
Yep.
Because he's too close for crossbows. 2, 3, 4,
6.
So 2. Now you have counterattack. So you hit him. You hit him. You hit him.
3 plus 1 is 4.
4 points.
4 points.
That's 2 inches of knockback.
He got right. He lost his toughness.
And that's 2 inches of knockback. So how many points was that? 4.
4.
And he's been hit before, hasn't he?
Yes.
He's already down to 4. So he's wounded. So let's see. If he rolls a 6, nope. If he rolled a 6, he'd be walking wounded.
Yeah.
So he knock him back, hits a truck.
Yeah.
And he's down. Crash off onto the road there.
Excellent.
So he's down. Now
it's my turn.
It is your turn. So activate.
Come on. I need a 6 now. 5's good enough. Acrobatics. And the bonus is yes.
This might be where your Fist of Fury comes into here.
So 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's plus 2. All right. So yeah, the Fists of Fury.
Now, Fist of Fury allows you to make as many attacks as your ability.
Yep.
Without any modifiers.
Yep.
So you turn around.
And I'm going to punch him 3 times.
And you punch him 3 times.
Yep.
First attack.
3 plus...
Don't forget to 2.
5.
Because you're down 1, right?
Yep.
Oh, but you had the bonus.
Yep.
So you got 5.
Yep.
6, 7, 8.
Does he have counterattack?
Of course. No. Yes, he does. Of course he does. So he got an 8.
Okay.
What did you get?
5.
So he hit you with 3.
Yes, but...
Hold on. 3 plus 6, because it's hand to hand, right?
Yep.
So 3 plus 6. Okay, 9 points.
I'll have to roll for my invulnerability.
Haha! 9 points.
I don't save the day.
9 points. And well, this is just the start of the adventure, right?
This is how I learned my nemesis.
9 subtract your ability, which is 2 currently.
Yeah, so it's 7.
7. It's halved, rounded down 3 inches. So he knocks you back right about here.
Yeah.
And you hit the ground.
Yeah.
Boom. And so he spins, knocks you down, and you've lost a total. What did I say that was there? What did you get?
I had 4 altogether.
Okay.
As you said, 9.
Yeah, so 9 points. Any defense?
Well, I have invulnerability.
Well, since you failed your vulnerability roll, you can take 3 points off the 9.
So that's 6.
So 6, and you have how many health points left? 1?
1, so I'm at -5.
You're at -5.
-5.
Now, make an ability check.
Dun, 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 dun.
No.
Wow.
Now, if you'd made it a 9,
I could have been...
You could have been a walking wounded.
I could have been able to get out or keep fighting.
So he smacks you down, you hit the ground, and he... the last thing that you see is Comrade Cephalopod rubbing with his big beak, nibbling, rubbing his tentacles together as he
This is going to be tasty.
As he approaches, and his comrades leaping up onto the dock with their submachine guns, and like every Batman episode with Adam West,
yes,
he captures the good guy. They are never going to kill you. They're going to put you into a death trap, which you're going to have to escape.
Yeah.
So the first scene, the first encounter in this issue leads to the downfall of the superhero, who is then captured. And of course, you're going to put into a crazy death trap, which you're going to have to somehow escape once you wake up. But you can't just, a good supervillain, especially a charming supervillain, is not going to just murder a hero in cold blood on the docks.
No, he's got to tie me up, tell me the whole story.
He's got a monologue.
It's got to be beautiful.
And that's how it's going to go down. So that is a basic play of Save the Day to kind of show you the basic system.
And to tell you, the hero doesn't always win.
But it's that way in comics too. And what you have to realize is that
there's always another issue.
There's always issue 2, and it's always good to work in a team.
Yes. Yeah. By yourself is rough.
Solo adventures can be pretty tough. So there you go. If you have any questions, you can take a look at the Oakham website. And oakhamarts@rogers.com is where you can send any other questions you have about the game. Thanks for paying attention. Good night.
Bye.